I believe. I believe.
I believe.
I believe.
I believe.
There's a famous quote by a cat by the name of Confucius which says, "He who says he can and he who says he can't, both are usually right." When I was an elementary school child, no older than many of you in this room, I was given the title of Hall Patrol. The esteemed pleasure allowed for me to be a leader within the school, meaning I was to show up early and to make certain that I monitor the halls as different students were passed throughout. There was this one thing that grew my curiosity every single day, called a fire alarm. And every day I would sit there and I would stare at that fire alarm thinking to myself, what would happen if I pulled that fire alarm? I knew many kids that had done the same thing. However, I had never had the privilege to do it myself. And one morning I showed up bold and decided I was going to take matters into my own hand. That particular morning I pulled that fire alarm. And as a result, they did an investigation and discovered who pulled the fire alarm. Your very own Hall Patrol. I still remember that day, Dr. Jesse, the assistant principal, running down to the hall, pulling me up and saying, "Come with me to the office." And as we were walking, I still remember him looking over at me and he said, "Son, everything you ever needed to know, you learned in kindergarten." Those words stuck with me. Somehow I pondered on those words so many different times throughout many different circumstances in life. Everything you ever needed to know, you learned in kindergarten. I later found out that Dr. Jesse was actually getting that phrase from a book. All I ever needed to know, I learned in kindergarten by a guy by the name of Robert Vogel. And in this book, this guy details out 10 different things that allow for you to navigate through life that you already learned in kindergarten. I took the time to reduce this down to 3 important concepts I believe everybody in this room already knows. These are very powerful points, but also very simple. You may know them. So please follow along with me, right? The first one, fill it in if you know them. Number 1, what goes around
Comes around,
right? This is about integrity, reputation. What Dr. Jesse was teaching me at that very moment was that even though you are a leader in this organization, you took the time to do something that was not a leadership characteristic. Even to this day, when you think about what it is that you have left as an integrity, as reputation, when you leave out of here today, that is the only thing that's going to matter beyond the time that you spend on this earth. My father, who passed away 22, 23 years ago, still to this day, as a result of his integrity and his reputation, allows for me to be able to walk in rooms that I don't even have a clue how I get into. In fact, I just moved $650,000 because a lady called me and said, "Hey, I knew your dad, I want to move my money with you." Ask yourself this question. Is the reputation that you carry, the integrity that you carry so strong that someone will say to your kids, "I want to sit down and I want to do something with you because you're connected to them"? Dr. Jesse taught me that message in that moment. Number 2, everybody say, "I believe."
I believe.
Number 2, fill it in if you know it. What goes up
Must come down.
must come down. Y'all a great crowd. What goes up must come down. If we toss the ball up in the air, it's going to fall down, right? It's the laws of gravity. But yet and still, every single day is not going to be a good day for you. You're going to have up days, you're going to have down days. You're going to have sunny days, you're going to have rainy days. It was just raining, and now it's sunny. But the reality is, are you going to be the same person that shows up every single day? Because what goes up is going to come down. Dr. Jesse taught me in that moment that even though this might be one of the worst days, and maybe you work hard to get this hallway patrol, you are still going to have a chance to redeem yourself. Number 3, one of my favorites. Everybody say, "I believe."
I believe.
Number 3, what you believe, fill it in if you know it, you can achieve. What you believe, you can achieve. This is one of the most powerful statements I ever heard. Because see, what you believe ultimately is who you become. In this room, so many different people, at the very moment that you are right now as little children, I love it because young children have something I call no scarcity. They are not scared at all. In fact, I got a little 3-year-old and a 4-year-old, right? They will jump off of a couch, get right back up and jump off it again. You're like, you were just boo-hooing over here. They'll get right back up and they will literally go and do it all over again. Children are not scared. They are not afraid of anything. The best part about life is when you have that childlike enthusiasm. Adults, I need you to dream again. Children, don't ever lose that childlike enthusiasm. There was a story about a young child by the name of Little Johnny. And Little Johnny, he came home one day with a note from his mother. He brought it to his mother. His mother pulled the note out. And she read, with tears welling up in her eyes, and I quote, she said, "Your son is a genius. Our school is too small for him. We do not have good enough teachers to train him. Please teach him yourself." From that day forward, Little Johnny was homeschooled by his mother. Years passed, Little Johnny went on to become a famous inventor, quite naturally. And years later, Little Johnny showed right back up because his mother had passed away in his hometown. At that time, he was going through the boxes in which his mother kept. And he pulled out that same letter in one of those boxes. And he opened that letter. And in that letter, it read, "Your son is mentally incompetent. Please do not allow him back to this school." In dismay, Little Johnny dropped that letter. The story I'm talking about is not even a story about Little Johnny. It's a story about a famous inventor by the name of Thomas Edison, who to this day is the reason why we even have a light bulb that powers electricity all throughout this room. A camera that you can even look at. You're responsible for even looking at a camera phone. That's Thomas Edison. How can somebody called mentally incompetent be able to illuminate so many other areas of the world well beyond the time in which he's even here right now today? But see, there's thousands of little Johnnies running around right now. And all they need is somebody to just tell them, "I believe. I believe in you. I believe in you. I believe in you." And there's thousands of other people out there just waiting to come and tell you what you cannot do. And all they're really saying to you is, our minds are too small. We are not mentally capable of understanding the vision that you have. Please go and carve out your own way. There are many people out here that will tell you what you can and cannot do, will tell you to quit what you're doing. And all they're really saying to you is, our minds are too small. We do not have the mental capacity to understand the vision that you have. Please go and carve out your way. There are many people out here that will tell you when you step out of this room what you should and should not do. All they're saying to you is, our minds are too small. We do not have the mental capacity to understand the vision that you have. Please go and carve out your own way. And when you step outside of this room, parents and students alike, and someone tells you what you can and cannot do, I want you to square up your arms, look them dead in their eyes, and smile. And everybody repeat after me. Say, your mind is too small.
Your mind is too small.
You do not have the mental capacity.
You do not have the mental capacity
to understand my vision.
to understand my vision.
Please get out of my way.
Please get out of my way.
I believe.
I believe.
I believe.
I believe.
I believe.
I believe.
I believe in you, the CAB Preparatory Academy. Go out here and have a great day.
Yes, sir.
All right?